Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Hey everybody, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. Here's a fun behind-the-scenes fact. The last time we saw designer Katie Heiselberg of Austin Bolo and Katie Kismet, she introduced us to her entrepreneurial daughter, Isabel, who is just 11 years old, just started 6th grade. We've got both gals in the studio today to learn more about Isabel's fashion pin brand, which I think has a really cool name, actually, Amber Echoes. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us, Rosie.
Thank you for being here. Maybe my youngest entrepreneur on the show so far, so you're doing well, my friend. Let's talk about your business, Isabel, if we can, and what got you started in it.
I got started because after a while, when I was younger, I would make all these almost businesses. I'd have products, I'd have all the ideas, and then I'd just stop and do something different.
Gotcha. Well, you had a lot of creative juices.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so this, you've seen all the way through now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What was the desire to, I want to get these things all the way done?
Me and my mom, we like to watch these videos of people creating stuff. And one of the person we watched did a 100 shrink plastic or shrink-a-dink pin video.
Okay.
And it inspired me to start making my own.
Uh-huh. And I think Shrinky Dinks, a lot of people will be like, hey, hang on, I know what those are. Super cool and super fun, but it's been your driving force, your creativity behind what these pins are going to be. So first of all, can I ask what exactly it is you offer?
I offer cute handmade shrink plastic pins.
All different colors, I see.
All of the different colors. Some of my favorites are the rainbow eye.
Mm-hmm. You've given me to wear today, which I really appreciate.
And chicken nugget.
Oh my gosh.
Chicken nugget.
That is. That is really cute. And some other fun friends here, but I'm definitely seeing dinos too.
Yes.
Yeah. Mom, do you have something to add?
Oh, I was just going to ask, can you explain some of the dino mashups? Like chicken nugget, what is dino?
I was just assuming that it's what Dino Nuggets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every kid knows Dino Nuggets.
Yeah,
All parents are like, yep,
yeah.
I know about that. But dinosaurs are a through thread here. So you, my friend, are very into paleontology.
Yes.
Let's talk about why you love dinosaurs so much and why they became kind of a focus for you with these Shrinky Dinks.
Well, when I was younger, we would watch a channel called Eons, and it got me into dinosaurs really quickly. So then eventually when I started Amber Echoes, I thought, well, how can I take paleontology into this? So I decided, let's mash up something food related with something dinosaur related and see what we get.
Do you know what? I guess I didn't realize there was like a food element to Amber Echoes as well.
Yes.
Okay, I thought I was going to see full-on T-Rex. I thought I was going to see, but there's kind of a little, almost like a cute joke there in the middle. Okay, I like it. And you can see some of your finished work there. It looks really cool. Yeah. And speaking of, you've had yourself quite a summer. You went out to the Badlands. Talk to me about your dino dig.
So when we went to the Badlands, my number one goal was find a fossil anywhere, anything, just a fossil.
Just a fossil.
So on the second to last day, we go to one of the climbing spots where you can climb up on these rocks. And I decided, let's go fossil hunting and see what's there. So then I find this tiny kind of stand-out-ish fossil that at the time I thought was a rock or a tooth. And my mom convinced me it's a fossil. So then we talked to the paleontologists.
The paleo people.
And they were like, yep, it's a fossil.
That's amazing.
So they started the dig, and it's confirmed to be an oreodont.
An oreodont. So for those of us who have no idea about dinosaurs, tell me what an oreodont is.
The name means mountain tooth, and it's
a mammal.
It's a mammal.
Uh-huh.
And
Lived how long ago?
like 35 million years ago.
35 million years. So you've had yourself quite a dino dig summer.
Yes.
Even found another fossil when you were visiting home in Denmark.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So it's been dinosaur everything. And that's even going into the art, Mom. And of course she's learning from you. You're an entrepreneur who's been on the show a couple times.
Yes.
Can you remind everybody about your business?
Yes, I make modern handmade glass jewelry. I fuse glass, and I specialize in statement rings and bolo ties. And I just think that Isabel's story is similar to my story in that it took me finding glass to find my expression, and then I brought my creative sensibility to that medium, and I think that's exactly what she's doing.
So how big are these shrinky dinks when you start?
The Shrinkadinks are about this big.
This big, okay, when you start, and then you stick them once you paint them and make them and all that into an oven, and how long does it take?
A couple of minutes.
Just a couple of minutes, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves wearable art.
We watch it.
We watch it.
That would be kind of the most fun part.
It is the most fun part.
Shrinking right in front of you. Okay, Isabel, want to know, where can we order from you?
You can order from me on Etsy if you search Amber Echoes.
It's an awesome business name, by the way. It's a nod to the past. We can see that. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not just dinosaurs. In fact, that little eye shape that people are seeing, that's kind of a nod to mythology, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of old stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe real, maybe not real, but a couple of different designs to look through there. And then if I can, Isabel, you're going to try when you grow up to balance a couple of different things.
Yes.
Are you going to attempt to become a full-time paleontologist?
Yes, I am. I'm also going to attempt to keep Amber Echoes running when I have the time for it.
Yeah, I was going to say. And we've got years of your beautiful creativity ahead of us. Great job on Amber Echoes. It's awesome stuff, y'all. And Katie, I know you're just so proud.
I am super proud.
She's probably thinking, oh, Mom. Thank y'all both so much for being with us today.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
Rosie.
it.
This is great.
Okay, you can find Isabel's shop, as you heard her say, on Etsy under Amber Echoes. And Katie's offerings are available online, katiekismet.com or austinbolo.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Randall's. It is time to squeeze in one more backyard bash as summer is winding down. Dietitian Anessa Chumley is here to tell us more. Hi, Anessa.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back.
Tell us about the fantastic offer from Signature Select to help support those busy end of summer evenings.
Of course, all summer long, Signature Select has had us covered with these fantastic meal bundle offers. So this one is the hot dog grilling bundle offer. So it gives you 4 items: Signature Select's jumbo beef uncured franks, their hot dog buns, their delicious fresh refrigerated pickles, and then a 12-pack of either the fizzy seltzer water or bubbly 12-pack of soda. The cool thing is all those 4 together cost $15. It's gonna kick off on the 13th. It goes till the 26th. And all you have to do is pull up your Randall's For You app, clip that offer, and then shop online or in store for those 4 items.
Wow, looks like you've got some good recipes there. Tell us about what they are.
I sure do. So we love to put out a hot dog bar using their jumbo beef uncured franks. These are the best hot dogs you're ever going to try. I promise. My kids love them. Everybody I feed them to loves them, and they go great on the grill. The dietitian in me loves that there is nothing artificial. There's no byproducts. There's no nitrates or nitrites, and they've got that great thin grilled flavor. We put them out with a topping bar using all of Signature Select's condiments. One of my favorite things, I like to make like a Chicago style with one of their fresh refrigerated pickles because they go from farm to package in 7 days. They're never heated, so you get that authentic pickle flavor. You could Texas it up with maybe some barbecue or hot sauce on top, and then a BLT pasta salad. This one's kid approved. So I use the crispy bacon, romaine lettuce, toss that in some creamy ranch. And my secret is putting their Wild Wonder tomatoes right on the grill so you get the grilled flavor right into the pasta salad.
Looks really good. And how about dessert? My favorite part of the meal.
We like to make these trail mix cookies. So I have a super nourishing cookie recipe I use Signature Select's oats with, and then I put in an entire bag of their fruit and nut Surge trail mix. This one is packed with tropical flavors like papaya, banana chips, dried pineapple, coconut chips, walnuts, cashews. I throw the whole thing right into the cookie mix. Just pulse that up, and then you've got these big, delicious, nourishing cookies.
Remind us again of that offer and where we can go today for more info.
Absolutely. Just shop online or in store at your local Randall's for all things Signature Select, and then go to randalls.com/Signature Select for more.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Randall's. Welcome back. The school year, of course, has officially kicked off for so many Central Texas kids. So for this Mental Health Monday, Laura Dunworth of Vitality Life Online has some expertise to lend us through her brand new books, plural. Breathe Easy, one for kids and one for teachers. We're happy to see her again. Laura, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Rosie.
What might kids be feeling as they're walking through the doors, of those schools this first week or two?
Well, all kinds of emotions. So I like to reflect back on my childhood, and I was a stressed out kid.
But you had reason to be.
I did. My parents, my stepfather was in the travel business, and we moved around a lot. So I went to 5 different elementary schools. I was always the new kid. Sweaty hands, upset stomach, just a feeling of just tightness and constriction in my body. And although I wouldn't change any of my experiences, I actually got to go to school in Hawaii for a couple of years.
Wow.
I do wish I would have had some tools to help me with calming myself down.
Exactly. And that's what you said you've put into these books here is
Yes.
some tools that you wish you had had.
Exactly.
Yeah. Remind us actually about your background in understanding kids' emotions, because you're kind of at this perfect cross section of helping kids to calm down while understanding what they might be going through.
Yes, true. So I was an elementary school teacher for many years, also a mother of 2. And in the last 20 years or so, I have been studying the healing arts of yoga, breath work, meditation, and mindfulness. So I have taken all of my experience. Elementary school was such a sweet age, but they are starting to get into the standardized testing and some of these things that do cause stress and anxiety. And so I was excited not only to write a book for parents and children to do together, but for teachers and students to bring into the classroom and practice together as well.
Some good resources. So really, my first question for you, as we're talking about parents or teachers or caregivers, is how can they help, especially with some of those big feelings that kids have in these first couple of weeks?
Yes, definitely. Well, first of all, validation, validating the emotions. Because for an adult, being a new kid or starting a new school year may not seem like a big deal, but for a child, it may put them into that kind of fight or flight state.
And how would you feel if you had to start a new job tomorrow?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's all the same newness.
Yes, for sure. So validating the emotions, and then part of the books, I have journal prompts for the children and the adults to do together. So let's talk about the emotions. How do they feel, and how do you feel them in your body? And what are some positive affirmations that you can tell yourself? Emotions aren't who you are. They're just something that they're just going to come and go.
Oh yeah, that's really, really powerful actually for you to bring up. And a good way for our teachers, our caregivers, our parents, our guardians to kind of model that, like, hey, I'm doing this too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And
Okay.
I've had so many parents and teachers tell me that they got so much more out of the book than they realized they would, that they're doing a lot of these activities on their own, even without their children around.
Well, hey, that's helpful for everybody.
Exactly.
Okay. Speaking of helpful, you brought up bumblebee breathing to me, which I've never heard of before, but I'm guessing it's going to help me calm down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So talk to me about what's in the book.
Well, would you like to try it?
Sure, I'd love
Okay.
to.
Okay, great. So first of all, go ahead and take one hand and
Okay.
just kind of place it on your lower abdomen, on your belly, and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly, and then a full exhale. Okay, so we always start our breathwork exercises like this, where we're using our full diaphragm.
Okay.
Because when we're stressed and anxious, we tend to breathe very shallowly, which takes in too much oxygen and puts our body into that fight or flight state.
And then you
So-
start to get a little bit lightheaded, that sort of thing.
Exactly, and it just feeds on itself. So focusing on the belly breathing, I call that balloon breathing in the book, just to kind of get your breathing. Okay, we're going to use your whole diaphragm. And so for the honeybee breathing, we're going to create a vibration.
Okay.
And so what this does is it actually activates your vagus nerve. So the vibration calms your vagus nerve and just really brings you into more of a parasympathetic nervous system state.
So out of the fight or flight.
Exactly. So we'll do this 3 times.
Okay.
We're going to breathe in through our noses, and then we're going to exhale with a hum. Okay?
Okay.
So here we go.
I don't know that I've hummed like a bumblebee before.
Exactly. Here we go. Hum.
That feels nice, actually.
Doesn't it feel nice?
Yeah. We won't make everybody watch us do it 3 times,
but you would do it 3 to 5 times and then go back to your natural breath. But
Okay.
the humming is really rooted in neuroscience with the calming of the vagus nerve. Also creating nitric oxide in your body, which is a natural immune booster.
Wow.
So
Who knew humming could help?
Your breath is so powerful.
This is why people are telling you they're learning from your book.
Exactly.
I do want to point out as well, at the end of the bee breathing exercise is this little QR code, because you've tried to make it really as simple as possible to say, like, you don't have to guess what I've written down here. You can watch me do videos of it.
Exactly. So you can take your phone and you can scan the QR code. It will take you to a video of me doing the breathing exercise. So there's no learning curve. And I thought this would be especially helpful for teachers. It's like, okay, you can bring this out 2 to 3 minutes. Let's breathe together. It doesn't need to be a whole long lesson part of your curriculum. It can just be thrown in at, okay, we're going to take a test. Let's breathe together. The QR code's right there if you forget how to do it. So just easy,
Handy,
easy peasy.
handy and helpful. Yes, absolutely. The next step is to move on from kids and to go up to teens, which are kind of a tough group to tackle.
Yes, yes. I mean, you probably remember your teenage years. I do too.
I was not my best.
So much anxiety and overwhelm, especially now in the digital age.
Yeah.
So much more than we had to deal with. So
Facebook came out when I was 18, y'all. You had to have a college address in order to get an account. You had to be accepted to go somewhere. Very different than it is now.
Very, very different. So my book for teens is, of course, going to feature the breath work, but it's going to have some other mindfulness and stress relieving techniques, and also suggestions of maybe taking a digital detox now and then. But just again, really kind of tuning into observation. How do these things make you feel? Can you be an observer of your emotions? Can you validate them? And where do you go from there?
Really good resources, especially to learn them at such an early age.
Yes.
Laura, thank you for your time.
Yes, thanks for having me,
We
Rosie.
appreciate it. Okay, for more mindfulness tools, y'all, you can download the Vitality Life Online app. Oh, sorry, y'all. Vitality Life Online is what it's called, from the App Store, and you can learn more about Laura's offerings. She's got corporate events, she does classes, including her newest books, at lauradunworth.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by AARP. Hey, did you know Social Security is celebrating its 90th anniversary this month? And AARP is celebrating its legacy while continuing the fight to protect the payments you've earned. A new AARP survey shows that 96% of Americans, that's almost everybody, say Social Security is important. Rosalinda Martinez, Interim State Director of AARP Texas, is here to tell us more. Rosalinda, many AARP members and older adults that you work with receive Social Security. What can you tell the folks at home about the importance of it?
Thanks for having AARP here with you. As you mentioned, 90 years ago, the Social Security Act was signed into law, and this became, a program that is here to help hardworking Americans ensure that they have the financial security that they deserve. And in 90 years, Social Security has never missed a payment. Can you believe that?
That's impressive.
That's a big milestone. And so for us, we're just here celebrating this big milestone, but also ensuring that we educate everyone about why it's so important to continue advocating for the program.
All right, Rosalinda, we've heard a lot about changes to customer service at the Social Security Administration this year. What are you hearing from older adults?
Well, we know there's been a lot of chaos and confusion as it relates to the Social Security Administration this year. So some of the things that we have been hearing is the changes in customer service as it relates to phone calls. We want to make sure that, people are able to get someone on the other line and be able to talk to them about signing up for benefits, if they have questions about their benefits, and ensuring that they get the much deserved customer service that they deserve. AARP will continue to fight on behalf of older Americans and ensure that that is the case.
Who does AARP serve?
AARP serves older Americans, but really the entire family. It's important for us as we think about Social Security, again, the benefits. And when you look at survivors' benefits as well, and not just for retirement, but again, that's why it's such an important issue for everyone in the household.
What are y'all doing with AARP Texas to mark the anniversary of Social Security? You guys are throwing some celebrations.
That's right. And in the state of Texas, we do things big. And so we had 8 celebrations across, as we get close to August 14th, which is the exact 90th anniversary. And so we kicked it off here in Austin, where the first Social Security office was based.
Wow.
From the whole country, this is where the first Social Security office was.
Well, thank you for the celebrations. Lots of fun. And thank you for what it is you do for older Americans and their families. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Learn more about AARP's fight to protect Social Security by going to aarp.org/weearnedit. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by AARP. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Decladerm. Hey, if you're over 50, 60, or 70, how would you describe your neck when you look in the mirror? Take a look at how these women describe theirs.
So here's what people don't tell you. They don't tell you that once you turn 50, your neck starts to get wrinkles.
Extra skin here.
Very, very saggy, like crepe paper.
And just a loose skin.
Very bad crepey neck that I was always very self-conscious of.
It's called Decladerm, the product they're using, and we have lifestyle consultant Annette Figueroa here to tell us all about it. I think, Annette, most people would agree that it's kind of a difficult area of your body to fix.
Absolutely. The loose skin on your neck and chest is so hard to fix. And when you hit your 40s and 50s, you lose firmness, it starts to sag, and the texture really changes, and it happens so quickly. Well, the good news is Decladerm is a simple cream, no procedures, no doctor's visits. Gives your neck and chest a firmer appearance, reduces the look of rough and crepey skin on the neck and chest area, and improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It's truly amazing, but you know what I really like about Decladerm?
I want to know.
You see results in as early as 2 weeks, but at 4, 8, and 12 weeks, the results get even better. Look at this before and after. Again, you're going to see results in as early as 2 weeks, but we ask that you use it for a few months. Consistency is the key, and you are going to notice your neck and chest getting even firmer. And we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. We call it our 60-day challenge because we're so confident that you are going to love this product.
You actually told me off camera you really love this product, so you're so proud to be talking about it. I'm already in my 30s, and basically from the neck up, so many of us still do a little bit of virtual work, right? Or even if you're meeting people in person, this is kind of the first thing people see. It's your moneymaker, and it includes your neck. I'm already kind of checking the tightness of my skin. In our 40s, how do things start to change?
Yeah, so listen, you need a confidence booster. We all worry about our face, and that's great. But if your neck and chest area are wrinkled, literally that's really going to age us. Well, after just 4 quick weeks, 95% of the participants in our clinical study said their neck and chest look firmer. It's truly amazing. When that loose skin starts to disappear and that rough and crepey skin look and feel better, you feel better, you're more confident, and you're more comfortable to wear those low neck dress or shirts. I honestly don't know what I did before I had Decladerm.
Okay, good to know. I do want to know how it works because there are some super special ingredients that do a lot of the lifting here.
There really is. So this is one of the only neck products that contains retinol, one of the most trusted and studied ingredients. Actually, retinol stimulates the creation of new cells as well as reduces the look of wrinkles on your neck area and other areas of aging. Unbelievable. It's the power of retinol and the comfort of the cream for this delicate neck area. I cannot tell you how many women say how great it feels on their skin after using it. It also contains a new ingredient called bakuchiol. It's a plant-based ingredient. We call it the gentle companion for retinol.
And what that does is it helps with firmness, basically the texture and the feel of your skin, which means less sagging. It's a win-win. And Decladerm, 92% of the participants in the clinical study said their neck and chest look more youthful. You know, that's when we knew we had something special.
Absolutely, that's a big percentage. So it's applied at night, right? And then what about during the day? Can you walk me through the process?
Absolutely, it's so easy. So after you shower or you clean your neck and chest area, I always use it. We recommend that you use it at night. A little goes a long way. And let me tell you, Rosie, it is so silky smooth and it feels so good. You just rub it on the neck area. I always do it in an upward motion and my chest. And then when you wake up, this goes without saying, you want to use a moisturizer and then a sunscreen, because sun is really one of the most damaging things to your skin. So you're going to want to use that moisturizer and sunscreen before you step out. And I always tell people on day one, take a picture, month 1, month 2, and month 3, take a picture so you can compare and see the improvement in your neck. I am so excited for the viewers to use this product. We again have that 60-day challenge, 60-day money back guarantee. That's how confident we are in our product. And all you have to do is call 1-800-356-7039. And I want to say one more thing, Rosie, because this is super important. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so that soaks up and retains moisture. So that really keeps your skin hydrated.
Okay, Annette, and you did bring up that 60-day Decladerm challenge. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so we have a 60-day money back guarantee. That is how confident we are in our product. Wait till you see the results. I am so excited. Send a before and after picture. We want to see. And I also want to point out it has hyaluronic acid. It helps soak up and retain the moisture, keeping your skin hydrated. I love it. All you have to do is call 1-800-356-7039. That quick, that easy.
Annette, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Take the 60-day Decladerm challenge today. Visit their website, decladerm.com, to get up to 50% off with free shipping. Your confidence is worth it. So visit decladerm.com or scan the QR code on your screen to get started. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Decladerm. Studio 512 is celebrating this morning. We have got 2 big birthdays to share. Our first shout out is to Marie Austin, sent in by her grandson David. Marie is turning, can you believe this, 104 today. David says the family plans to celebrate with Marie's favorite, fried shrimp, and of course some birthday desserts. Our second birthday is also a big one, even if it's a bit belated. Ruth Thomas turned 98 on August 15th. Julia Whitmer at the Verena at Leander asked us to give her some on-air love today. To both absolutely gorgeous ladies, happy birthday from all of us here at Studio 512. If you want to submit for the chance at an on-air shout out, go to our website. Welcome back, y'all. It's August. Summer is almost over. Austin-based psychologist and author Andrea Zettes is here today to talk about easing back to school nerves for both kids and, yes, parents too. We're happy to have her. Dr. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's remind everybody, if we can, because we've had you here in June, just a little bit about your experience in working with kids, some of your background, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course. So I have been a psychologist for over 20 years, working with kids with autism, developmental disabilities, doing assessments for ADHD and other disorders. And now I am focused primarily on seeing parents and adults. So a lot of the parents are coming with questions like the things we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, it's incredible that you've come all the way from working with kids to helping parents be better parents.
Yes.
I think that's really sweet. Okay, let's talk about the big question. How can parents help ease the transition to back to school? Yes, it's an exciting time, but it can also be a nerve-wracking time.
It can, for both kids and parents. So I think the first thing that I would suggest is working on the sleep schedule, which is tough because
it might have come off the rails in the last few months.
That's right. We've let our kids stay up really late at night. So I would suggest starting to back up that sleep, the bedtime, about 30 minutes. every 1 to 2 nights until you get to your ideal bedtime.
Okay.
Because we need our kids to be well rested when they're starting something new, of course.
Yeah. Try to do this with your teenagers as well, because
Right. That's
they
a
love
little
to
harder,
stay up
but
late.
yes.
Okay, what about if someone's going, maybe for example, into kindergarten, so this is their first like introduction into true school, or they're coming from something like a homeschool situation. They may not be just 5 years old, but they're entering the school system for the very first time.
Right. So that one is a tough transition for kids and parents as well. And but there are ways that we can make it a little bit easier. I think that for especially the little ones, the kindergartners, taking them to the school and having them play on the playground, getting used to the lay of the land, if there's an orientation or any opportunity to go into the building, I think that's really important to help them just get accustomed to being at that location. And then I think also parents can set up a kind of pretend drop off and pick up, so they can, show them where they're going to be dropping them off, what the procedure is going to be, and then let them know exactly what spot they're going to be at to pick them up.
There's some safety in that as well, right?
Of course,
because making sure that kids don't go home, for example, on the wrong bus, or is someone who says they know their mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's some pretty strict procedures with the schools to, let them go with the caregiver.
It's gotten more strict since I was a kid. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
They were like,
right. See you later.
Let me just waltz on home. I'll tell you what.
That's right.
You have some really good suggestions, though, as far as books are concerned, because books can also be a good way to kind of reintroduce these concepts of going back to school, acceptance, maybe feeling nerves. You wrote Charlie's Friendship Garden to honor your father. So, of course, we got to talk about that one first.
Yeah, so Charlie's Friendship Garden is about a 3rd grade boy who was homeschooled, and he had a disability, so he went into the public school in 3rd grade. And it's about how, he gets to know how things work in the public school system, but also how he is different from the other kids. And so it's about, acceptance and, accepting differences and, how to be a friend and recognize each other's special gifts.
Recognizing special gifts. I'm reading through the story. I think it's really sweet.
Yes, thank you.
You've got a couple of other options as well. Will you talk to me about these?
Yes, so these I actually read to my kids. I have 3 daughters, so when they were little, on the night before kindergarten by Rosemary Wells, that's a great one. And then very similar, the night before 2nd grade. Both of those are really sweet, and they talk about, what it's going to be like, what you're going to learn.
Ooh, I've pushed everything, y'all. Sorry.
What you're going to learn at school. And then, getting your clothes ready the night before, and then having a nice breakfast. It just kind of walks the kids through the steps of what it's going to be like to go to school the next day.
It's nice to hear these, especially early on, because I'll still tell you, I remember what I wore to freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of these principles still hang around.
They do.
You've also got a couple of other ways to help ease nerves, and some of it might come in tangible form. So will you tell us about these?
Yes. Okay, so these are emotional support flowers, which of course I love flowers, so I just thought these were so cute.
They're precious.
And they're just little, stuffed flowers. Actually, they're stuck in here right now. But they're little stuffed flowers. So I think for the little ones especially, kids need to have a transitional object. So a transitional object is something that kind of bridges the gap between home and school. I mean, you think about like a blankie, for example, or a stuffed animal. So it could be something like this. To just help them to know that they have the comfort of home even when they're at school.
And to that effect, you suggest something with a lunchbox.
Yes, I do. Yes. All right. So I think, we have your lunchbox. You want to make sure they have a healthy, nutritious lunch. But also inside, you might consider leaving a note for your child.
Okay, I'm going to read it. And it's got Flower RX on the front because that's very you. Dear Rosie, you're a kindergartner now. You must be so proud. I hope you have a wonderful day at school. I love you. Love, Mom. My mom would have done something like this. This is so sweet.
Yes.
Just real quickly, how long should we expect transition to take? It could be more than a couple weeks, right?
It can be. It can sometimes be up to a couple of months, but it depends on the temperament of the child, of course. So, you know, everybody's different, but I think within a month or so, you know, everybody should be pretty much transitioned and used to the routine.
And if not, maybe start looking into a counselor.
Yes, yeah. So sometimes, you know, we want to kind of keep an eye out and make sure that kids don't develop an anxiety disorder. So 1 in 8 children have an anxiety disorder that develops over time, and it's for a variety of different reasons, and circumstances are all different. But it could either be like separation anxiety, which is when it's really hard to do the drop off. Your child might become really distressed and clingy, or at bedtime they may want their parent to sleep with them. So, you know, that's one type. And then generalized anxiety is more of a general anxiety where a child might start to show a little bit more nervousness, crying, irritability, just very distressed, you know, when dropped off at school. And they might even show some physical symptoms such as a stomach ache or a headache, or even potty accidents for the little ones. So, you know, if that's going on for a significant amount of time, like 4 to 6 weeks, then I do think, you know, having a counselor on board or talking to the school counselor is going to be very important.
All good tips. I wish we could keep you longer, Dr. Andrea.
Yes, we would talk about
everybody a very
stress and our breathing too, of course.
We'll have you back for it. How's that sound? All right, guys, you can purchase Dr. Andrea's book locally at Book People, Birdhouse Books on Burnett. You can purchase them at in Georgetown at Larkin Owl, or online at flower-rx.com, where you can also learn more about Dr. Andrea's offerings.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs, where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.